DJ Sixsmith here with Fordham All-American, the place kicker, the punter, Patrick Murray. Pat, thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
So Pat, you were in Chicago last week. You got yourself a big award, the Fred Mitchell Award, Nation's Most Outstanding Kicker. What did it mean to you to get that honor?
You know, it meant a lot to me to be able to accept that on behalf of Fordham University. But the true guys who really deserve this award are my teammates. They were the driving force behind what I was able to do this year. Without them working hard throughout winter conditioning, through the spring, through the summer, and through every single game, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did. And especially our coaching staff, you know, they really pushed us to be able to do what we did and kind of instilled that fire in us to bring Fordham University back to where it should be.
Now, Coach Moorhead was there with you, David Roast, the new athletic director, Joe DeBerry from Sports Information. How nice was it to have the Fordham family come along with you for the ride?
It was great. You know, just having everybody that was so instrumental in what I was able to do this year there with me was just tremendous. And, you know, they didn't have to make the trip, but they wanted to. They wanted to be there for me to accept this award. And, you know, it was just awesome. My parents were there as well, so that made it even better.
Yeah, certainly so. Let's talk about your dad. I know he's been a major influence on you.
Yeah.
He can still kick 45-yarders according to you, so just talk about what type of impact he's had on your whole football career.
You know, from day one, he's been the guy. I don't trust anybody else to teach me how to kick a ball other than my dad. And like you said, he can still kick 45-yard field goals. He's 52 years old. And I even gave a little shout out during my speech. Coach Fitzgerald was there from Northwestern, and obviously Coach Moorhead said, my dad's still got a couple of years eligibility, so just let him know. But, you know, he's my everything. He's my role model. He's somebody that I need to emulate. And, you know, he can just, like I said, he can kick the ball like nobody else.
Like father, like son, you gotta love it. So your dad, like you, played Gaelic football growing up. You're also a soccer player. How has that helped you in progressing as a kicker over the years? It's
just developed my leg strength. You know, people talk about you got to lift really heavy weights to get your legs stronger. That's not the case at all. Gaelic football, there's a lot of punting on the run, right. And obviously soccer, you're kicking it from a dead ball a lot. So being able to do that while being pressured, while getting hit, just kind of develops your balance more than anything, your core strength, and I think that's why I was able to kick the ball the way I did.
Now, folks, this guy's gotten a lot of awards this year, from Special Teams Player of the Year to All-American to Patriot League Player of the Week. What stands out amongst all those honors? I know it's hard to choose. You got a laundry list going on there.
It's kind of hard to choose one, but I think the Fred Mitchell Award definitely stands out to me because not only does it incorporate football, but it incorporates community service and other things besides football. You know, one reason why I think I did so well this year was because I dedicated the season to my buddy who passed away my freshman year. So I kind of realized that there were more important things in life than football, and there were more important reasons to play for. So incorporating football, community service, and just different things, which the Fred Mitchell Award does, that's why it stood out to me.
Now, for those that don't know about Vincent, tell a little bit more about him. What was it like growing up with him, and how hard was it for you to go through that experience right before college?
Well, Vinny, there's one thing I'll never forget about him. That was his smile and his laugh. You know, it was just infectious. And you know, I went to middle school with him, so I got really, really close. And we always used to do the St. Patrick's Day parade together. We would line up and march through Pearl River. But sitting in my room in O'Hare freshman year and getting that phone call from my dad, I just broke down and probably cried for about 6 hours. You know, he had a shot to do great things. He was a terrific baseball player, terrific basketball player, and he was going to college to play baseball. So he had that opportunity taken away from him. And, you know, when I would feel down about myself, or when our team ended the season 1-10, I go, what do I have to be sad about? My buddy doesn't even get the opportunity to play the game that he loved. So it kind of put it into perspective and, you know, just kind of gave me a different feeling about going into my senior season, and I wanted to make it special.
You hit on that one-win season. You guys won 6 games this year. What was it like to be a part of the group that completely transformed Fordham football?
It was amazing. The senior class this year really took it upon themselves to change the face of this program. Guys like Brendan Milanofi, Blake Wayne, Greg Wilson, Ryan Higgins, all those guys really worked hard during the winter and knew that they didn't want to go out of here without a winning season. Most of these guys came from terrific programs and only lost a handful of games during high school. So to come into Fordham and lose more games than you won, that was a big shock to all of us, and we hated it more than anything. So being able to turn the program around, going out of here as winners, and changing this program for the better, it meant the world to all of us.
So Pat, you go out of here as a winner. You have an opportunity to play at the next level. I know you've been in contact with a bunch of NFL teams. You got Pro Day coming up. You're going to be kicking later this afternoon.
Yep.
What's the process been like preparing for that next step?
It's been crazy.
I bet.
You know, the day after the season ended, I started getting calls from agents. So that was a big shock to me. And I signed with my agent in December, and it's the same agent that John Skelton has. He's
good connection,
good
right?
connection, another Fordham boy. But he's done a lot for me, and he's really kind of got my name out there. Being from a school like Fordham and being undersized, he really needed to do that little extra bit to get me an opportunity. So he's flying down to Indianapolis tomorrow for the Combine, and he sent me a text, said, I'm flying down there and I'm going to land you a job. Don't you worry about it. You just keep kicking.
All right, Pat, let's get you out of here on this one. There are 31 guys in the NFL under 5'9". You tweeted it the other day. I want to know why you'll be number 32.
Because I want it more than anybody else. It doesn't matter where you go to school. It just matters how big your heart is. My desire to win, that's all that matters.
There you have it, folks. Patrick Murray, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much.